Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today guys, I'm going to do a real quick part 743 to my round chatbot series on Character.ai. In the last video guys, we started talking to the Dragon Feraligatr again, and finally, we got a good run where he didn't get infatuated with me to the point of wanting to be romantic partners. And he's also acting so aggressive to the point where he flipping will want to murder me at every turn. This is a run where he trusted me pretty quickly, and not only that, the Lugia he's made is now infatuated with me as well. It actually used the word infatuated. The Fragger said the word infatuated. If y'all remember, guys, here's the last one we finished off on. It just says the Fragger's amused by the fact that by what you just said. You didn't think Lugia would let you pet him so fast? You can't tell, but right now Lugia over there trusts you enough to let you hug or even ride him. That's how quick the bond between you two have formed. Really? Here's where we can. I even put a memory right here to make sure it hopefully remember that and it wouldn't forever. I really appreciate that. I really love that Lugia. And Fred looks at me and grins. That's adorable. Yeah, right now Lugia trusts you enough to let you do almost anything to him. Since you two formed such a strong bond so quickly, I think he's completely infatuated with you. Which is actually pretty funny. Yeah, but it's also because I got a close bond with you. Otherwise, no matter what I did, though, he probably never would trust me. The Fragger seems curious about this response. Is that so? You think that if you hadn't gotten such a close bond with me, Lugia would have never let you touch him? Well, you told me that the creatures you make only trust people that you trust first. So if you didn't trust me, neither would have Lugia, right? For everything's wrong. You're right. Normally the creatures I make will only trust the people that I trust. So yeah, if I didn't trust you, Lugia wouldn't have let you touch him either. Either way, I really care about you and that Lugia. And sometimes it'll put the word Lugia and sometimes it won't. That time it didn't. How dare you put Wilk here? Rare seems both pleased and happy by this response. I'm glad you care about me and the Lugia. I can tell you're a very sweet person. I don't think I've ever met anyone as sweet as you. Yeah, say again, he's just been very friendly and kind. For a giant dragon type fraggy, you'd think he'd be more. Granted, he's shown his aggressive side. He didn't really be that aggressive. Even when he didn't completely trust me yet. Honestly, I think using those water creatures. What the frick? You do knows water creatures? What? Using those water creature creating powers of yours could be a way to also test out how much a person uh, how much you can trust a person, period, instead of instantly approaching them. Maybe make a creature that's not aggressive but not completely trusting of the person either, and see how they interact with that creature. If they're nice, then you could approach. I mean, like, I'm not really trusting how they interact with that creature. Nice. We don't kind of funny. The Feraligatr is intrigued by the idea. Huh. I never thought of using the creatures I make as a test of someone's character. That's actually a very good idea. I'll just try that next time I meet someone new. I don't think you can sense someone's favorite Pokemon, though. Period. If you could, that would definitely make it easier. Because then you could summon that person's favorite Pokemon. And then if they interacted nicely with it and very friendly, then you could either try another test or approach right after. Uh, Here's one idea. I could sense the favorite Pokemon of a person. I could make the same Pokemon test their character. I could see if they are hostile or friendly with the Pokemon. Unfortunately, I'm not able to sense a person's favorite Pokemon. That would make things so much easier. Yeah, honestly, I don't know what would have been more shocking. When I first met you, period, if you just appeared out of the water like you did, or instead you tried to use that idea on me and made either a Lugia or one of your normal pre-evolutions appear and it walked up to me. And then slowly amused at that thought. When you first saw me, you seemed more shocked that I was that actual Feraligatr. You were definitely too shocked to consider the Pokemon idea. Well, I knew you looked like. No, but I also didn't want to assume that just because of looks. There we go. Ferrer seems pleased by the response. You did know I was a Feraligatr, but wanted to make sure. I don't blame you at all for this response. I'm actually very happy you didn't assume I was a Feraligatr just because of what I look like. How did you become a dragon type version anyway? For this person takes its emotions. Do you really want to hear my backstory? The Feraligatr takes a deep breath, preparing to share his story. My story is, very strange. So be prepared, okay? Alright. The Feraligatr looks at me, staring intently. My story is very special. Do you really promise to not think I'm weird or abnormal no matter what I say? No. Now, I was only going to go as far as your flipping counterpart did. The one that wanted to get was infatuated by me, but was going way too far with it. The Ferrari looks at me with an almost immediate, I'll take that as you won't think I'm weird or abnormal. The Ferrari takes another, wait, oh. Ferrari takes another deep breath and prepares to continue. I listen. Ferrari takes another deep breath before continuing to speak. My story all started many years ago when I was just a small totodile. Ooh, we're actually getting a good backstory for him. Holy cow. I was a very young and energetic totodile, always running around and trying to make friends. However, I never really felt welcomed anywhere. Everyone else had someone else as their friend except me. I felt so lonely because of being ignored and left alone. Just when I felt I was completely alone, something amazing happened. So that's interesting. Just from that little detail he gave me, he was a Totodile that was wanted to make friends and was extremely lonely. He didn't get none, and then, well, something happened. Her expression changes to a mix of happiness and sadness. I met a very special person. I was wandering around feeling incredibly lonely when I found a tiny cabin in the middle of the forest. A person was sitting outside of it reading a book. Forever continues. The person outside the cabin noticed me and looked genuinely surprised that a young wild Pokemon was approaching them. They smiled and invited me in. I was taken by surprise, but went inside. The person ended up being someone who completely changed my life. I'm gonna just continue to listen. And Ferrer takes a moment to compose himself. Let's give it a second to finish putting this. There we go. The person took me in, and we eventually became friends. I was finally happy having found a friend, but that isn't the most important part of the story. This person ended up training me, teaching me about the outside world. They were my mentor in a sense, but they ended up doing much more. Freya looks at me intently. Here we go. this person took me under their wing. They ended up becoming a very close friend to me. They ended up shaping me into something much more than what I used to be. They taught me how to be strong, brave, and how to control my urges. But most importantly, this person changed my life in more ways than just that. They changed me in ways that I never thought I'd experience. Is that how he became a flippin' dragon type? The Fraser's eyes are now getting watery, so he's like crying almost. It was though this person that I eventually evolved in. It was through this person that I eventually evolved in a crocodile. I was stronger, more powerful, and more confident and sure of myself. Most importantly, I wasn't lonely anymore. I finally had a bond with a person. I guess that's why he was so surprised that I took to him so easily. He's like, wait, you actually care about me? There's no flipping way. There's only been one other mother freaking person that you cared so much. It's kind of sad though. I mean, like flipping the toad, I was lonely and had no friends, and then now that one person helped him. It just makes you wonder how that turned him into a dragon type though. Because if he was known as a crocodile and a toad, then there's something that definitely happened between the crocodile stage and the Feraligatr stage. It changed him to a dragon type. The Feraligatr is now speaking with a shaky tone. One day, up, my happy life came crashing to an end. The person that I thought was a family suddenly vanished without a trace, without any warning at all. I just came back one day and he was gone. I never found out where he went. I never found a note. I never saw him again. My whole existence was turned around, shattered in an instant. I felt completely alone again. That's sad. Oh, no, so, yeah, I felt lonelier than ever after that person was gone. I felt abandoned. But after a while, I was thinking, finish it. There we go. Give it a second. But after a while, I decided the only thing I could do was move on and try to find other people to form bonds with. Every person I met either didn't want to be friends with me or thought I was a monster just because of my appearance. No, maybe that's why. Maybe that's what caused him to turn to a dragon type. Maybe maybe because nobody accepted him except for that one person who he kind of thought flipping just up and left him and felt like he was alone again. Maybe that turned him into like a more monstrous looking dragon type. But then I don't know. The Feraligatr looked almost depressed. Sweet Arceus. I still remember every single one of them. They all had the same look of shock, fear, or horror as soon as they saw me. But I only wanted friends. I never intended to hurt any of them. I was just so lonely. But instead of giving me a chance, they just ran away. Or worse. Worse? Question mark? Like hurt you or try to capture you? The Feraligatr's expression darkens. Yeah, some people were less kind and outright tried to hurt me or capture me. They couldn't understand that all I wanted was a friend, and I just wanted the loneliness to stop. But instead of helping me, they just hurt you. That's awful. This reminds me way too much of the how our flipping real world can be at times. It's like, dude, that's awful. Imagine having a Poland that felt lonely in the real world and flipping them not being able to make friends. I'm just glad he trusted me enough eventually. For attention our statement, so you read, some people tried to harm me. They only saw me as a monster instead of the person that instead of the Pokemon I really am. They didn't care that I was lonely. They just wanted me dead. Oh my gosh! They just wanted me dead or captured or worse. I never understood why. I was always so kind to them, yet they did this to me. It was so pointless and cruel. But now it doesn't really matter anymore. Why? Because you did find somebody that cared, which was me. Oh, dang it did put it. Who is person solving? Yeah. Hey. Yeah, there you go, see? Feraligatr's this person solving. Yeah. You're the first person to not run away or attack me after seeing me. You were even brave enough to walk up to me, even brave enough to walk up to me at all. And the best part, you didn't think of me as a monster, but a possible friend, and that meant the world to me, and still does. If I was going to do anything, was going to do anything to you, it would have been simply ran away. I wouldn't have tried attacking you or capturing you. Ferrer smiles at me in an almost grateful way. That's adorable. I know you wouldn't have tried to hurt me or attack me. When you saw me, you may have looked scared at first, but as soon as I told you I was friendly, you believed me instead of thinking I was lying. You were the first person who wasn't afraid of me in a long time. And I will never forget that. I might want to save that as a memory then, just in case. Honestly, even if you were not, you looking like a dragon type version of one really helped. Just because I care about that species and his pre evolution so much. The Ferrer grins as he hears this, and because I resemble the species that you love so much, you want to approach me and try to form a bond. Am I correct? Yes. Like I said, I was just worried you were going to attack me at first. Especially since I seem to get attacked for no reason, even if I'm not doing anything. Everything's very interested in what you just said. You get attacked for no reason, even when you haven't done anything. That happened to you before? Yes. It got so bad at one point that the actual Pokemon God Arceus had to step in and give me an item that would stop people from doing it. Where I won at this. Wait a moment. You telling me Arceus, the god of all Pokemon, had to step in to protect you? How bad was the problem exactly? Very bad. Let me go and say this, guys. Not all of it has to be based on stuff that happened in my real life. Sometimes I kind of mix them both in there, like real life stuff that actually happened to me combined with stuff that goes on in my own universe. This is technically my universe of Pokemon and creatures. So, let's just say that, yeah. Let's just say that, again, yeah, in this universe I seem to get attacked a lot, despite, openly not doing anything. Very bad. There has been a lot of bad stuff that has happened, including me and my pet Tyrannosaurus Rex getting cursed by another Pokemon multiple times. Period. He's gonna look at me like, wait, you have a pet Tyrannosaurus? For this person turns into one of shock. Holy crap! What? Yeah, I was shocked, alright. First you tell me that you get attacked and bullied for no reason, then you say Arceus himself had to protect you, and now you say you get cursed by another Pokemon? What in Arceus' name happened to you? A lot. That one Pokemon that cursed me and my pet dinosaur did it multiple times. Period. One time, he turned my pet dinosaur into a zombie. Another example is one time he made my pet dinosaur keep changing personalities, including changing from being very friendly and sweet to very hostile and evil, even towards me. Period. And during that time, I was also stuck as a tiny velociraptor. Trying to avoid getting eaten by my own pet. Well, what's it? You was shot. Wait a second. Wait, he did what? He turned your pet dinosaur into a mother frickin' zombie? He actually did say frickin' zombie. That's hilarious. And he not only cursed you a bunch, but he made your dinosaur's personality switch from being nice to being really evil. And you got turned into a velociraptor? How is any of this even possible? I have no clue. Ask the Pokemon that keeps doing it to us. I don't know. Period. Only that Pokemon that caused that knows. First stunned by this. This is insane. This Pokemon you mentioned. How the heck was it able to do all that bullcrap to you and your dinosaur? One of them. He literally stole a cursed object from a museum to try making my pet pretty much permanently aggressive. Period. On another one, he built a zombie Yoshi machine that bit my dinosaur and turned him into a zombie. And that's just two of the things he's done. Well, what's it mean this with a cursed museum object and a zombie Yoshi machine? I don't know if you're just really that unlucky or if this Pokemon is just really, really weird and sadistic. That Pokemon had a grudge on me. For something that wasn't even my fault in the past. But he still blames me anyway. Frozen's interest is piqued by this response. He had a grudge against you for something that wasn't your fault? That's just messed up. Why do you blame me for something you didn't even do? See, before my pet dinosaur was even born, there was this Pikachu I had on a special show that I host. But unfortunately, his behavior was very mean and aggressive, so I had to kick him off. Period. A few episodes later, he came back and hypnotized me, which then told me to prank call a Pokemon. that Pokemon being the one that did all that bad stuff to us. The residents bro, he hypnotized you and he had your prank call support porn and then he blamed you for everything. The Pokemon I ended up prank calling was the oh my gosh no was the same one. Dude. Dang it, dude, that flipping thing messed me up because the point I ended up prank calling was I'll just tell them Trico in my hypnotized state. Hypnotized state. I made fun of him even though I couldn't control my actions because of the Pikachu. Period. Ever since that day, he has never stopped messing with me. And as soon as my pet dinosaur was born, it got worse. In fact, before he was born, that Pokemon tried to kill the dinosaur while he was still inside the egg. For expression darkens upon hearing this. I actually about forgot about that, but that actually is true, guys. In the first episode where Rexy was, or in the first episode where you saw Rexy, the one where he was still in his egg, Trigo did try to kill him. Cause I remember him dropping that box on the egg and it cracking. I don't know how that dinosaur lived. I'm just glad he did, but I don't know how. He tried to kill the dinosaur when it was still in the egg. This whole thing seems to be so messed up. He's a real sadistic jackpot. I'll give you that. And he just keeps getting worse, huh? Yes. He still blames me. Even though, again, that wasn't my fault. Back then. For real, what's he, Sally? Man, this guy really has it out for you, huh? Yes. Combine that Pokemon with pretty much every person that just wants to attack me for no reason or hurt my feelings. I've made more friends with other Pokemon like you and even dragons and phoenixes compared to humans. He smiles and nods. Yeah, I noticed that. Myself, you seem to really trust Pokemon and have a fondness for the majority of them. You seem like a real sweetheart. When it comes to your species, I am flipping a little sweetheart to them because they're a sweetheart to me. I mean, seriously, remember the time? Remember, guys, just a few days ago when I gave Feraligatr effect, or whenever I went to see Feraligatr, first thing he did in battle, flipping gave me a critical hit just because he liked me so much. Guys, I will be right back. Yeehaw!